Hey, Shalom, Yahweh Shishrakatah, to the brothers, Yahweh Shalom, Yahweh Shalom, Shalom to the sister. We are the Irish education, we got a long was on 25th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander Junior High. And our mission is to teach blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians who they are according to the Bible, and that the oppressor, the devil, is the Bible, the Bible speaks of, man. Every black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man, woman, and child, what we need to learn how to do as a nation is to start to separate from these people. Because these people we know have no good intentions for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Their sole purpose is to destroy every black, Hispanic, and Native Indian that they come across. And bear with us real quick. Trying to get everything set up on the other platforms as well. The oppressor is the devil. For some odd reason, whenever I come here, my internet wants to start acting up. Or act up no any other time. I'm at home on my Wi-Fi, my computer's flawless. No delays, no nothing. I come here, all of a sudden it's 1,000 goddamn problems. This is the worst. This is the power of the oppressor. Pretty sure they got my IP address logged in. Like, don't let this nigga get nothing easy. Make sure he has hell logging into our internet, which is to be expected from the goddamn devil. Anyway, man, before we get into it, we were in the book of Maccabees, man, but we're going to take a pause on that, man, because we got some things that we got to address. Black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man, woman, child. And we got to talk about it, man. This incident with Jordan Neely, man. Like, this stuff cannot just get swept under the rug, man. I was watching Black Watch with Commander Junior High, man, and it was just breaking off some heavy points. Commander Junior High and all the journalists, man, shout out, of course, to Commander Junior High, the only man fit to lead blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. You understand? The only man that has the compassion and the wherewithal and the fortitude and the brotherhood to lead a nation righteously, man. Everybody else is a goddamn joke, man, because they're not going to bring up the things that need to be brought out. They're not going to speak on the crimes of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians and say what needs to be said. They just in it for a goddamn meal ticket. You understand? And this is why Commander Junior Hana has to be the leader of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, because none of that stuff that I mentioned, he don't give a damn about none of that, man. You understand? He don't give a damn about none of that. Only thing he cares about is raising up blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Trying to make sure this camera's right. That's about as good as we can get it.
Also, the volume and the mic might be a little off on YouTube, just to let you know, on the ratio.
All right, no sweat. I'm going to try to speak as loud as I can. Because I already know there's a lot of bullcrap going on.
All right.
Let me get... Hold on, bear with us. People, we still trying to get it locked up on this other platform. Bear with me. Go ahead and take over this shit.
Come on. Let's real quick, just to go based on what you were saying. You know, when we was listening to Black Watch and everything, how they was talking about the brother that got choked out in the subway, man, and the influence that it's having over America, you know, with the devil that's being charged and everything, and how they went about, you know, charging him and holding him guilty for his crimes that he's committed against a brother. Like, man, the way that America is handling the situation, it is a wicked thing, and the way General Muhammad broke it down was so heavy. He was basically saying, like, this whole influence that they have, that they push it on to the way they handle the situations, it's just straight fear in the face of black people. You understand? Even if they don't see it, man, because, you know, black Hispanics and Native Indians out there in the world, man, they got cloths over their eyes, which is sad to say, but they do. Man, the influence that this has over the heathens and these wicked beasts over here in America it's about to be bad, man. That's all I can say on that. It's about to be extremely bad for black, Hispanics, and Native Indians if y'all don't wake up now. Because the thing is that this whole situation It ain't nothing but another war tactic like every other move that the oppressor makes, man. They say like to do nothing but plunge black people into a deeper pit, a deeper hole, and get us to put more into a bad, even worse situation than we were already put into, man. So, so can I check this real
Here,
quick?
go ahead.
Let's say he said he can't even hear us.
No sweat. Make sure that the mic ain't covered on there.
I said it's not. Everything's off of it.
Bear with us.
Maybe I might scoot it up.
Trying to go live on my page, see if it'll let me. This won't let me go on the school page. Yep, looks like I'm live. No sign of Christ.
Try scooting a little bit closer, maybe that'll help out.
Yeah, hopefully that will help out. All brothers can hear us, man. Like I said, the oppressor's the devil. Of course, he's going to do everything in his power to make sure that we're not heard. But, so let me go ahead and get into it, man. There's some things that transpired for us this Jordan Neely thing, because that's what we're going to touch on, is Jordan Neely, man. So this brother, man, was murdered by, and here's the thing, they keep saying there's one devil. The main devil, yeah, he choked him out. Go ahead, get it. The main devil, yeah, he choked him out. But there were two other devils that should be held accountable as well. They were holding his hands. They were right there hovering over him to make sure that that he died.
Right.
Like, my thing is just go ahead.
So you go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just going to add on to what you're saying. Right. My fault. I was going to add to what you were saying real quick. It's crazy because you were saying it wasn't just this one devil, it was three of them. And it's messed up because when I was listening to it, and it was only saying it was just the one devil, and you know he was the only one that was a factor in this brutal murder of this brother right here. It's crazy because when you think about the situations that happen in the black community, in the ghettos and the hoods, like when it comes down to any other situation that's going on with us, whether it be I don't know something petty, a robbery, a shootout, something petty. And you got your getaway driver, you got your bystander. I don't know, just any random brother that's even within close proximity to the incident that happened.
Right.
They're gonna hold our people guilty by association.
Yeah, everybody's accountable.
But because these devils didn't draw the brother's last breath or take away the brother's last breath, they ain't guilty of the crime. Even though they were literally holding this brother down against his will.
Hey, I seen the devil grab his hands when he started flailing.
Yeah,
I seen the devil grab his hands. Like all these devils should be held accountable. Every one of them that sat there and watched this transpire, all of them should be held accountable for this brother's death, man. And that's just the fact of the matter.
That's all I had on that.
No, that's heavy. That's where I was going. All these devils need to be held accountable, man. But it was something that the journals had brought out on Black Watch yesterday, man, that was heavy. So somehow this brother GoFundMe, right? The brother for his burial, I think it came close to like 100,000, if that much. And already on the defense for this devil that killed his brother, he's looking at over $2 million. About close to $2 million, $1 million for sure. But the numbers ain't gonna do nothing but keep going up. We all know this, man. The support that this devil has from the white community is atrocious. You get what I'm saying? And the general said something that was so heavy, General Muhammad. He said the reason that he has so much support because in the oppressor's mind, one day, me as a white man, I might have to choke somebody out.
Right.
I might have to take a life. And I don't want to be held responsible for taking a life. Let me get Zechariah 11:5. Zechariah 11:5. This is the spirit of the oppressor, man. This is the spirit of the oppressor. All the support that this devil has. He has white celebrities making sure that he has money for a lawyer. They call him, the mayor of Florida called him a good Samaritan.
Right.
Killing black people makes you a good Samaritan. Killing unarmed black people who pose absolutely no threat makes you a good Samaritan, man. We gotta make sure that registers, make sure that clicks in your mind. Killing an unarmed black man who is homeless and asking for food makes you a good white Samaritan in America.
Right.
That devil said that other devil was a good Samaritan. Can you believe that? You got that scripture?
Come on.
Go ahead and get it.
So
Go ahead.
to further add on to it, and what makes us even more sick is that the fact that this was a known devil. You feel me? This is a devil with a little bit of power here in America. You know, the mayor of Florida. You feel me? For somebody like him to say something as sick as that, to support, you know, the brutal murder of this brother right here, that should go to show you that these oppressors don't give a damn about you. No matter what fake smiles they put on, no matter how cordial they are with you, no matter how much they, you know, Black Lives Matter all over your face. At the end of the day, inside, like, you gotta think about it, man. At the end of the day, at their core, they are always going to be like their fathers before them.
Damn right. The oppressor will always be the goddamn devil about this because that's never gonna change.
Right.
What Jeremiah called him, like Willy Wonka or the Wizard.
Wizard of Oz.
The Wizard of Oz, yeah. Straight up, that was Elon Musk. Because Elon put up money towards this devil's GoFundMe for a lawyer, as well as that alcoholic, coke snorting Kid Rock. Like, white celebrities are always going to support white people.
Right.
You understand? Yeah, they're always going to support their own, man. White people know what it is to stand together.
Right.
Every other nation knows what it is to stand together. We have to learn the same goddamn thing, man. Let me get that scripture real quick.
Come on. This is the book of Zechariah, chapter 11, verse 5. Whose possessors slay them. Come on. It's the book of Zechariah, chapter 11, verse 4. Thus saith the Lord, my God, feed the flock of the slaughter.
Yo, hold on. Stop right there. The flock of the flock. Feed the flock of the slaughter. Black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man. Let me tell you something. Who is the flock? I know you like to think that everybody is, but just finish. So read that part again. Read that last part again. Feed the flock of the what?
Feed the flock of the slaughter.
Feed the flock of the slaughter, man. Let me tell you something, man. These scriptures, black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man, this is only for you. We are the flock. What's the proof of that? If you listen to the scripture to tell you of the slaughter, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are the only people being slaughtered out there.
Right.
I can't even, that's the only word I can think of it. This damn being killed, damn being murdered, we are being slaughtered out here.
Right.
It's to the point now, and the funny part is, man, I said this a long time ago, and I know mighty man before me have said it as well. It's to the point now, regular white civilians are going to start killing black people. And this is what we're seeing. It's always been that way. That's how America was formed. If you know anything about America, you know about the KKK and all the racism that comes with it. Who do you think were lynching black people and hunting down? Who do you think destroyed Black Wall Street? Regular white civilians started doing it, and then the cops got involved in it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? White people in positions of power start getting involved in it, man. This has always been the spirit of white America.
Right.
Of America, period. This is the history, this is the spirit of America, black man, Hispanic man. When are we going to wake up? Take that scripture from the top, read it all the way through the bottom.
Come. It's the book of Zechariah, chapter 11, verse 4. Thus saith the Lord, my God, feed the flock of the slaughter.
Feed the flock of the slaughter, man. This is you, black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man. What is feeding? These laws, statutes, and commandments. Let me tell you something. The Christian church has failed us.
Right.
It's because the Christian church is the reason Jordan Neely is dead.
Right.
The Christian church is the reason Jordan Neely is dead. Whether you know it or not, like it or not, understand it or not. Where's the Christian church now? Like, nobody has a goddamn thing to say about this brother's death. Go ahead.
I was going to say the exact same thing. You already beat the nigga to the punch with that one, sir. And it's so heavy because during all these, I can't even call them incidents. During all these,
hate crimes?
Yeah, that's exactly what they are. Hate crimes, the water. During all these hate crimes that have been going against blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians lately, you know, there's a whole list of them. Killian Ryan, that's a honky that was murdering our brothers in the army. But Donovan Lewis, Breonna Taylor, Jalen Walker, you feel me? Just the list goes on. During all these incidents, I don't ever, and correct me if I'm wrong, anybody in the comment section is probably seeing this at some point. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't remember ever seeing a Christian pastor out there, nobody out there talking about the situation, nobody ever trying to find a solution, actually finding a solution instead of saying they want to find a solution and fixing the problems out there that's happening with these brothers and sisters that's just dying. Like there should be no reason why the Christian church should still be in effect while these brothers and sisters are still out here dropping dead like this, man. While our brothers and sisters are out here being murdered, being killed in just the most disgusting and heinous of ways, man. Like there should be no reason why the Christian church should still be standing, man. That's all I'm saying, man.
Right, that's a heavy point. That's a heavy point. And I'm in no way condoning violence or anything like that. But you show tear up the whole city and burn down the police station. Well, listen, this is just my opinion. The reason why the police station is even in effect is because of your Christian church.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They allow for the wickedness to continue. The Christian church whole job is to protect the people, man.
Right.
Black people don't have any protection whatsoever. You get what I'm saying? Nobody gives a damn about black people dying. Black lives don't give a damn about black lives. Right. I'm talking about the movement.
Right.
Where's Black Lives Matter movement? Right. Remember how they was all on the front for it? And, that's what they stood for. Right. This was supposed to be something that lasted forever, Mr. Black Lives Movement. Right. You know what I'm saying? But this goes to show you the hypocrisy and the bullshit. It's blocking my language, the trash behind it. Because Black Lives Matter wasn't nothing but a power play to benefit off of the suffering of black Hispanics and Native Indians. For example, where they at now? Because black people have not stopped dying. Right. Black people have not stopped dying, Black Lives Matter. Shouldn't you still be in effect? This should be something that should be going on forever and ever until black people are in power. Right. But this was never about black people Black Lives Matter was never about for black people. It was just a get-rich scheme, a get-rich-quick scheme. It was created by by a devil and her lesbian lover to manipulate and destroy more black people than what we thought was even possible.
Right. This is like it further add on to what you're saying, man. And this is why the only people who are fit, the only organization and the only leader who is fit to lead the nation of Black Hispanics and Native Indians is the Isupk under Commander General Yohana, man. Because we are the only ones who have stuck with Black Hispanics and Native Indians through thick and thin, man. And this is just no other way to put it. We stuck with y'all through the whole George Floyd incident. We stuck with y'all through the whole pandemic. We stuck with y'all when your Christian pastor went into hiding. You understand, through the whole COVID-19 situation.
It ain't even so much as we stuck with them, man. We are them. Right. We in the field. We are you. Right. You get what I'm saying? The blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians that you see in the ISUPK are the same blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians that used to be in the same, the terrorizers, used to be in the same gangs you in now. Right. Used to do the same drugs, used to sell and use the same drugs you're using now. We are you. Right. You get what I'm saying? The difference is we understood one important thing. Enough is enough. Right. Enough is enough, man. And that's why I titled this 100,000 versus 2 million. Because enough is enough, man. These devils put up $2 million to get a lawyer for Jordan Neely. Right. They witnessed, clearly you can tell that this man was murdered broad day. Right. Choked him to death. Waited about 2 weeks for him to even get arrested. That's a goddamn shame. The laws of the land don't get a nigga arrested. So lucky. The laws of the land don't get a person arrested. Right. You know what gets people arrested? Social media. Right. Social media gets people arrested. Right. What was that brother that them three devils, there was one recording, the other two had the guns, and they chased him down and killed him in a pickup truck?
I know which brother you're talking about, the one that was driving around this neighborhood. I forget the brother's name, but I remember that. When they hopped the brother down in his own neighborhood and shot him dead.
Yes. They would have got away with that as well if it wasn't for social media. Right. Because when the police came, the police didn't see nothing wrong with it. Right. Police said, yeah, we know you. They had good relationships and good things, but nobody going to jail behind that if it wasn't for social media. It ain't the laws that get people locked up. The laws, I'll come back to that. It ain't the laws that get people locked up, it's social media. Right. Now let me rephrase that. It ain't the laws to get white people locked up, it's social media. Because and what's the proof of that? The proof is this, man. Look what's going on. We know that these laws of the land ain't for white society. White society don't abide by the laws of the land at all. Right. They don't. That's why Jordan Neely clearly choked a man out who had no weapon, imposed no threat, had no acts of aggression towards anybody. Right. You get what I'm saying? Jordan Neely didn't do nothing to nobody. Want me to tell you how I know he never did nothing to nobody? Because every time a white person kills a black person, the first thing they do is pull up his criminal history. Right. I didn't hear nothing about his criminal history. Right. So it couldn't have been nothing too heinous because they didn't pull up nothing about that black man's criminal history. In fact, they tried to overshadow it by saying that the white man was a Marine. Right. Like that makes it even better. Right. If that white man was a Marine, then why didn't he show the restraint to not kill this man? Right. Why didn't he, so you trying to tell me that he didn't know how to subdue this man without killing him? Right. He couldn't incapacitate him? Right. If he was a threat, he didn't know how to break an arm and let him live or nothing? Right. He choked him to death. Esau is a goddamn coward, man. He's a goddamn coward. There's no other way to explain it, man. Let's get the rest on that scripture before I keep going and forgive me even for that.
This is the book of Zechariah, chapter 11, verse 5. Whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty.
They hold themselves what?
Not guilty.
Not guilty. Keep going.
And they that sell them say, blessed be the Lord, for I am rich.
Stop right there. This is the comparison between 100,000 and 200 million. Like they are rich. The white society says, man, listen, all white people on the face of this planet, whether they like it or not, know it or not, understand it or not, has benefited from the destruction of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. You have benefited from blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians being sold into slavery. Right. Those that say them say we are rich. You are rich in every aspect of the word. Right. You understand? I mean, rich don't necessarily mean financially. Right. Sometimes you can be rich in other ways. Go ahead,
Come on. To further add on to what you're saying, Adam, you can be rich in other ways, man. Whether it's mentally, spiritually, even physically. Black people are naturally gifted. When it comes to basically anything. When you really sit down and think about the science and the facts of how black people operate here in America, the only reason why we ain't on top is because we keep all these laws and commandments. Other than that, we excel in literally everything. Esau, sports, his educational system, everything you can think of. You understand? Why do you think the oppressor decided to put why do you think the oppressor decided to put a black man on the face and cover of literally everything he promotes? Right. You understand? It's because the black man is the one who's making all this money. It's because the black man is the one who's able to make all this money.
They are definitely rich off of the backs of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, all of white society, man. But here's the kicker that we fail to realize, that we are a possession. Right. That's why they do what they do. That's why normal white civilians feel the authority to choke out Jordan Neely. Right. It's only a matter of time, man. I'm telling you what's about to transpire. Every goddamn white person is going to be running around like Batman, and every goddamn cop with a badge is going to be running around like Judge Dredd. Right? This is the spirit that they have. Every cop with a badge, whether he be a security guard, top flight security, it don't matter. Every cop with a goddamn badge and some type of spirit of law enforcement going to.
So go ahead and add back on what you were saying, sir. Like how you were saying. When it comes down to these devils, man, every hunky is going to act like they have some type of superiority over black, Hispanic, or Native Indian here in America, man. Whether they be civilian, law enforcement, anybody, you feel me? They can have a little bit of power. I can't even say that. They can have no power here in America. Like I said, they can be a random civilian. But when it comes down to it, it's not going to matter to them. They're still going to feel like they have all the power in the world. got the 7 Dragon Balls, the Blue Eyes White Dragon, anything you can think of, man. And they gonna feel like they can have some type of power over a black man here in America. And it ain't gonna stop them from killing us, man. It ain't gonna stop them from wanting to commit murder or any type of harm upon a black, Hispanic, or Native Indian, man. You understand? And here in America, being the wicked place that it is, we are not gonna get any justice for it. You understand? The only time that anybody ever gets justice here in America is when it is white on white crime. You understand? But when it happens to you, black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man, woman, and or child, it is never going to be justified. It is never going to be justified. You're never going to get your justice. You understand? You're never going to get your payback, for lack of better terms.
Right. No, you can kiss it out the window, man. There's no such thing as payback for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians in this world. The only payback you're going to get is by following these law, statutes, and commandments, serving the Lord, and your enemies become his enemies.
What he's saying is, doing the honest kid.
No, that's
the only way.
Listen, that's the big payback.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's the big payback right there. When the Lord comes to destroy your enemies for you, man.
Damn right.
And I'm going to get back to this Jordan Neely real quick, man, just real quick. So here's what my thing is. Like, white America has really put up millions of dollars to pay for this dude's defense team. And you know what this reminds me of? Every goddamn devil that gets arrested and goes to jail.
Right.
Right. So any devil that gets caught in this kind of situation, what's that one devil? Kyle Rittenhouse, is that him? The devil
What do?
that went down there, the teenager that went down there and killed some people?
The Buffalo?
No, not him. The other one that went down there and was fake crying. He was like 18 years old. He was 18 years old. He had the AR-15. This was during the protest and during COVID. When,
Yep, I think I know what you're talking about.
yeah. So remember, he ended up getting locked up, and he started a GoFundMe, and they got millions of dollars to pay for his defense.
Right.
And he ended up beating his case as well. But whenever white America sees a white person in distress, and they can give $1 or $2 to help, man, listen, that's powerful. Right? That is powerful right there, man. But we don't understand it. We don't get that same spirit, man.
Right.
Like we see a black person in distress, and listen, you get locked up on an innocent crime, and a nigga won't even put $5 on your books.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You think they're gonna pay for a lawyer for you, black man?
So like, if I could, real quick, it's crazy because like just add up to what you're saying. You were saying they won't even pay $5 to put something on your books, man. You understand? When it comes to the oppressor, man, he ain't worried about putting no money on no books, man. He's worried about getting a lawyer. He's worried about paying his bail out or whatever. He ain't got to worry about sitting in that prison cell for long, man. That's the wicked thing here in America, man. When it comes to black Hispanics and Native Indians, we have to be able to weigh our options with this. We have to be able to weigh our options with the crimes that go on here in America. Whether we committed them or not. You understand? We're always gonna be judged completely. It's gonna go from 0 to 100 on our judgment. You feel me?
No, so black people, here's the thing with black people. You're guilty until proven innocent. Like we just seen with that devil that choked out Jordan Neely. He was innocent until somebody else said, nah, that's pretty guilty right there.
Right.
Like we witnessed a man choke another man. So here's what my thing is. How did he even... So when the police came to get the brother's body off the train, and everybody was sending around asking what happened, and they were getting witnesses' statements, how did he even go home that night?
Right.
Can you imagine if you black man was to choke out a rowdy Karen? I said this a couple of weeks ago when this about when this Jordan Neely thing first took off. They said that he was loud and rowdy. And that's why dude
choked him out.
Like, how many situations have we seen with these Karens that they be loud and rowdy and they be all in a black woman's face? And not only that, but they actually do attack.
They get physical.
They actually do attack and spit on you and all these other things. Imagine if you choke a Karen out. Imagine that. Imagine if you choke a Kevin out. Imagine yourself, black man, black woman, Hispanic man, Hispanic woman. If you were being accosted by a Karen or a Kevin, and you physically restrain them to the point that they die,
right?
To the point that you choke them out, right? Like you kill them,
Right.
The only thing you was trying to do is defend yourself. Like and these are people who actually pose a threat.
Right.
Actually pose a threat to you. They come up, they follow you, they accost you, they chase you down, they step in front of you as you try to walk past, they park their car in front of you. They do all of these wicked things, right?
Right.
Imagine if you kill one of them in self-defense.
Right.
In self-defense, flat out self-defense. Like these are people who are actually doing things to you. That, from my understanding of the story that I got, that Jordan Neely cat didn't do nothing to nobody.
Right.
This white man took it upon himself just to choke him out because he was loud.
Right.
He was loud. Which doesn't shock me. It doesn't shock me at all. And you know what that reminds me of? Them stories I used to see on Lifetime where a white parent would kill the kids because the kids were loud and playing, and she would drown them in a tub or chop them up and throw their bodies in the river. Like that one devil that wanted to go clubbing, but she had the little 3-year-old daughter.
And chucked it down a manhole cover.
Yeah.
And then finally realized what she did the next day and went to go find her.
Like these devils is the worst, man.
Right.
But here's the crazy part. If a black, Hispanic, or Native Indian man was to do that, and he would go to jail that day. That's number one.
Right.
It wouldn't take 2 weeks or a social media post in order for him to go to jail.
Right.
It don't like he would be guilty until proven innocent. Not only that, but once more, he could be a Marine vet. He could be a Marine. He could be whatever. He could have been a doctor, a brain surgeon, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, it doesn't matter his title.
Right.
I can tell you right now, the support from the black community would not be how it is for this devil.
Right.
And you want me to tell you who I blame for that? I blame the Christian church and I blame the Christian pastor. Of course I blame the goddamn devil. Well, of course I blame him first. But in today's world, with the information that's out now and the spirit behind it, I blame the Christian church and I blame the Christian pastor, man. Right. Everything that forced Christianity, let me tell you something about Christianity. Christianity is not love.
Right.
I'll take that back. Christianity is love for everybody but blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Right. That's what Christianity is. I'll say that again. Christianity is love for everybody but blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians.
Right.
You understand? Christianity is black hate. Christianity is black hate. It teaches you to hate black people. Black people can be in the same exact position that this devil is that just choked out Jordan Neely, right? They could be in exactly the same position and they wouldn't get a $200 million GoFundMe.
Right.
They wouldn't get a $200 million GoFundMe. There wouldn't be black celebrities putting forth funds to pay for a lawyer. We see it all the time. You know why there wouldn't be black celebrities that put forth money to help? I see black celebrities help white people all the time.
Like you were saying, they're too busy putting any money towards the little person.
Hey, I see black celebrities help white celebrities all the time. And they don't even help, I see black celebrities help rich white celebrities.
Yeah.
I see, long as they helping white people, the world is a better place to them. Right? Like, you will never see a $2 million GoFundMe for a black person that chokes out a white man, right, in self-defense. This devil can't even claim self-defense because he was no threat to nobody. Right? You go to jail for shooting a white intruder in your own goddamn home. This is the world we live in, black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man. And let me tell you something, that $2 million, man, goes to show how much that white society loves this devil. Right? You understand? Like I said, black people ain't allowed to love black people. You are allowed to, you're just afraid to do it. Right. I don't know why you're afraid to do it, but you are. Black celebrities are the most cowardice that I've ever seen. Right. You understand? I've never seen such a cowardly person as when you look at a black celebrity. Because you don't even have to say nothing. The only thing you have to do is just give the money. You can even get the money anonymously. Yeah, right? So nobody even knows you and they still won't do it. For fear of retribution, because just think about it. Whenever you speak up on black problems, or say something about black people, there's a problem. I remember when LeBron James was talking about Black Lives Matter and he got sons and all that, white media tore him apart. Right. Shut up and dribble. you're a basketball player, you shouldn't be speaking on political things, and you shouldn't be speaking about this. Don't nobody want to hear the athletes say this stuff. And like the white society tore him apart. And I'm gonna tell you, I never seen him speak on nothing ever since.
Right.
Never seen him speak on nothing ever since. Yeah, he wore a shirt, said Black Lives Matter.
But literally anybody can do that.
White people do that.
Right.
White
That's what I said, literally anybody
White
can do that.
people do that. White people will wear a shirt that says Black Lives Matter and send all their GoFundMe money to the devil that choked out a black person.
Right.
That's what white people would do. White people will say Black Lives Matter, wear the shirt, put a flag, a rainbow flag with a black fist that says Black Lives Matter,
Right.
and then they will make sure that they support white society.
Right.
The same people that's destroying you and keeping you oppressed, that's who all that money is for. That's who they're going to support. And they're going to make sure that you destroy black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man. And how can we still be believing anything a goddamn devil says in 2023?
Right.
This is still, it's beyond me. It really is, man. Let me get Psalms 55 and 21. Like, how can we believe anything that a devil says, man? These devils tell you who they are, man. They tell you who they are. And you still want to believe the words of kindness that comes out of a goddamn devil's mouth, man. I will never believe nothing a devil says. Listen, yeah, I could be standing in the middle of a thunderstorm getting rained on, and the devil could say, it's raining, and I still won't believe it.
Right.
Because it came out the mouth of a devil. You understand?
Deceiving.
And you're like, I don't give a damn. I can see it with my own eyes, and a devil can tell me exactly what I'm seeing. Like, I can see a building collapsing, and the devil can be like, that building, the integrity of that building is giving out.
Right.
And I'm like, this devil's a goddamn liar.
Right. Sitting directly in it with the ground.
The devil is such a liar that out here make me not believe my eyes if he tells me exactly what I'm seeing.
Right.
That's how much I do not trust the words of a goddamn devil.
Right.
Listen, I won't trust my eyes if the devil agrees with exactly what I'm seeing.
Right.
That's how much I don't trust his words. I know you're thinking this brother's crazy. That don't make sense. It makes perfect sense. Never trust thy enemy. Go ahead and read that scripture.
It's the book of Psalms, chapter 55, verse 21.
Go ahead.
The words of his mouth were smoother than butter.
Professor Esau is always going to tell you wonderful things, man. Joe Biden said a bunch of wonderful things before he became president. All these devils, that's all they have to say is wonderful things. I'm pretty sure that devil that choked out Jordan Neely says a lot of wonderful things as well.
Right.
All the devils who donated money to that devil for his lawyers, they all say a bunch of wonderful things as well. But here's the kicker. Keep going.
But war was in his heart.
War is always in the oppressor's heart. War is always in Esau's mind. His war tactic is to get you to let down your guard, black man, instead of being an Indian man.
Right.
Because you are easier to kill that way.
Right.
You ever see these devils that go hunting? They set up big old traps in the middle of the forest and make it, listen, they got hunting stands where they sit stands up in a tree and go up there and put food down below the tree, and they sit up there and then they shoot the animals as they come and eat the food, the bait that they put.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's not hunting. That's not hunting at all.
Right.
But to them, it's hunting. But you know what the whole thing about hunting to the oppressor is? To make it easier for them to kill their prey.
Right.
You know what makes them killing their prey a lot easier? Smooth words. No, man, we all on the same side.
Right.
No, man, listen, Black Lives Matter. No, man, we're brothers. It's not us, it's the government. The government wants us to fight each other.
Right.
And them same devils was marching down there, what was that, June 6th?
January 6th.
January 6th? Them same devils.
The Capitol.
At the Capitol. Them same devils that said, no, the government is the enemy.
Right.
Was marching against the government for white supremacy.
Right.
How many white people did you see in the Million Man March? None. None of them devils showed up for that. They don't have time for that. Because that don't benefit them. What benefits them is January 6th.
Right.
What benefits them is making sure that this devil gets away with murder. So all black people will be standing is like that black man's death, Jordan Neely's death, is a warning to other black people. Shut the hell up. You understand? Universal Records should have paid for that brother's funeral. He
Right.
is a known Michael Jackson performer.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Didn't Universal own the records to Michael Jackson? Shouldn't they have paid for that? That would have been real nice of them. But
Right.
here's the thing, don't nobody care about blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man. Everything is always set up to destroy us, man. 100,000 compared to 2 million, man. That's a bad situation. You understand? Black
Right.
man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man. When the hell are we gonna wake the hell up, man? And understand what it takes in order for us to thrive in this place is true brotherhood. That's what we gotta understand. It takes true brotherhood for us to survive in this wicked place called America, man. Because let me tell you something, the oppressor is and always has been the goddamn devil. That's all he's ever gonna be. To think he's ever gonna do anything more than just be a wicked beast that murders blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians is you tricking yourself into believing that he's human.
Right.
The oppressor is not a human, he is an animal. He is the worst kind of animal. His bloodlust is like Dracula.
Right.
And Freddy Krueger and Jason and Michael Myers. Those are why. That's why he comes up with characters like that, because that's his true spirit.
Right.
Who's our characters? Candyman. A nigga that killed people that kept mentioning his name. That's what he did. You say my name, I'm coming to see you. Leave me alone. That's all Candyman ever wanted, was to be left alone. The niggas kept saying his name, he kept popping up.
Right.
Jason don't give a damn. Jason goes to anywhere, any place to go kill.
Right.
He was really mad at his own mother for abusing him.
Right.
But he does what the typical white man does and take it out on everybody.
Right.
Freddy Krueger was a pedophile that wanted revenge for being murdered for being a pedophile.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? This is, and Michael Myers was once more mad at his family, decided to murder everybody.
Right.
Anybody who crossed his path. You know what that sounds like? A school shooter who got
Right.
bullied, a Walmart shooter who couldn't get no cooter. You understand? That's what that sounds like. This is the spirit of the oppressor. The oppressor gets mad and everybody has to suffer.
Right.
That brother Jordan nearly got choked out because a devil was being a typical devil, man.
Right.
And listen, man, devils is letting you know how they feel about putting up $200 for his defense team.
Right.
That was more than what OJ paid. Goddamn.
Right.
You understand? These devils just don't get it. They're never gonna get it. And we're never going to get it if we keep bending the knee to them. And how do we bend the knee to them? By not accepting the fact that these people hate us and don't give a damn about us and want to see us destroyed.
Right.
Separate, man. That's the only way to stay safe out here, is to separate from these goddamn oppressors, man. We're looking for peace with this people, man. We're looking for peace with this people. There is no pact between lions and wolves, man.
Right.
There is no pact. There is no pact between zebras and crocodiles.
Right.
There is no pact. And let me tell you something. There is no pact between Jacob and Esau, man.
Right.
Black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man, stay safe and dangerous out here, man.
Right.
Never trust your goddamn enemy, man. And with that being said, man, we're going to go ahead and end class, man. We're at ISUPK, started out of Warm West, 125th Street, Home, New York, under Commander Junior Hanna. Get your ass in class. Make sure you pay your tithes to the ISUPK. If you have any questions, reach out to the nearest school near you. And with that being said, Shalom, Israel.